Hi everyone, I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy doing this series of bees. This is my second bee and I'm just going to put on some masking fluid. I want to keep this area light. We can always add colour later. For the moment I want to keep it light, so I'm just using a masking fluid and a little rubber applicator. And let's just pop this in here. I've just drawn a rough shape. Some very sort of white bits are just picking out the wings there. Maybe a few little marks down here. And then there's a little bit of white that's and with that you can get a very fine edge. So that comes down there. Maybe a little bit on this rounded bit here to give it its shape. So it can easily get lost. So a little bit of artistic license there. Our masking fluid's dry now, so we're going to get some of the sprinkles on. The first thing I'm going to do is to wet some of the bee, and I'm going to drip some of the crystals into it. So I just pop that on there. And just that area. And I'm going to get my yellow and just sprinkle that a little bit into there. And then I'm going to add my black. Not too much. Now I've also masked out this area because I want to keep the shape of those eyes. So let's make that hole a little bit bigger. The danger is you do it too big and then too much comes out. Okay, so that's quite good for that bit. Put a little bit of black through there, and then I'm going to put quite a lot of yellow just sort of through here. Now it's just like a fine dust, you don't want to overdo it. And I'm going to also use a little bit of purple, maybe, yeah, just sort of running through there like that, and a tiny bit there. Now with Brusho it's really unpredictable, so we really don't know what's going to happen until we spray. So let's spray. There's some very pretty little things happening. Now whilst that's wet, what I can do is I use these quite a lot, they're just extra colours of dyes, and I'm just going to use a little bit more yellow from there because it's just easier to get a little bit of shape into there. Okay, now the thing to do now is to just leave it to do its own thing. I think we could do with something there before that dries too much. So let us go, I think, for a yellow. Tiny bit of sprinkles, because we want that masking fluid to help us to show the shape of the wings when that comes off. And I think that's quite a good balance coming through. So we need a tiny bit of something here, possibly, I think we'll go for a tiny bit of yellow, not much though, and there, but the tiniest bit. There, that's plenty. Now we'll leave alone. Right, let's remove the masking fluid. Now I use one of these because it saves my fingers, and just rub quite hard with that. It's a mask away, the SCA sell them, and it saves you getting that really sore finger from rubbing on. And the masking fluid comes off easily too. That's a nice little outline showing through. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of these sprinklets, and I think we will go for a pearl. And what else have I got? And I've got an iridescent flash, which is very nice. And I'm just going to dip my brush into the pearl, and I'm just going to sort of splash that a little bit over the wings. Would be nice. All over there really. And I'm also going to do the same with the flash, the iridescent flash. And then I'm just going to spray with a little bit of water. And we'll just leave that to dry now. Now this is a fun bit where it really comes together. So I'm going to use some quick ink, doesn't matter if it's black or a blue black, and I'm going to use one of these lovely bamboo pens. They have a really sort of soft edge, and I'm just going to get a little bit of detail into this. Some lovely structures with that looks translucent, doesn't it? And then we'll do the other wing before we do anything else. Just sort of concentrating to put bits where they actually really are. I'll soften that in a minute, and let's get that bottom some little squiggles there. And it's quite fluffy, so we can leave that. as it is. Let's get some definite shape into these bits. And there's things here that it's starting to take shape. Now with a little bit of water, I'm just going to pull out some of the black ink here, just to make more of that. And we can maybe don't want all of that white either. Yeah, that's better. And we can soften that a little bit too. Get a little bit of the dark that's on here, can just pull that out a little bit. So the bits are still showing through, but we've got a little bit more definition. And then I need to do some legs. And we've got one that comes from the wing. And this very fat one here. I think we'll give him a leg this side. And how much more definition do we need there? I think we could do with that being a little bit darker. Let's put some more black ink into this. I think that's shape there. And my water brush, let's just pull that out. I think that's superb. So I hope you enjoy doing this. Every single one will look completely different, and I think that's the beauty of Brusho.